What is up, everybody? Welcome into the last word. I know you're upset. You don't see Coach's face. You just see me, Gaby LaSpisa, because that is right. No Coach tonight, guys. Don't cry. Don't leave because we're still having a great show. It is me with my trusty bestie, Tommy Carlucci. Oh, me and you tonight. You ready?
Oh, man, we could speak forever now because that other guy's not here. Who is that? Oh, yeah, the coach. That's
The
right. He's not
Coach.
here.
Yeah. But now we can have a positive show. We'll talk some good things tonight. We'll have some laughs. You know, I know Coach is probably still listening because he's a psychopath, so we can't talk too badly about him. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. No.
Oh, what a raw to get into, Tommy. To start, I said I wanted to start with this because I don't allow Tommy Dreamer slander on my screen. That's one of my best friends in the whole world, Mr. Tommy Dreamer. But Paul Heyman starting the show. Cutting a promo as always. He's in Philly. You got to get the EC dub chants in there. And really, with Tommy Dreamer catching a stray with the insult, what did you think about Heyman's promo as always? And the crazy.
Heyman was priceless tonight. I must tell you. And then when he came out with the Tommy Dreamer and the way he did it, he slowed it down. He stopped. He goes, "Oh, I know he's not dead, but he should be."
Yeah.
I popped big time. That was the line of the night besides Naomi
Duh.
crapping on over Mr. Pierce over there about the shoes. So
Oh, yeah.
Heyman had the line of the night. You are right, starting this show about Tommy Dreamer. I know Tommy very well from the days when I was on the road, and we used to talk all the time. And I used to mark out all the time because his twin daughters used to be on The Sopranos, and I was a
Yes.
huge Sopranos fan.
Yes.
Tommy's a great guy. Great way to start. Paul Heyman was priceless, though.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, and shout out Tommy Dreamer's daughters who are grown-ups now, by the way, beautiful. And like they're singers. His one daughter sang the national anthem at Slammiversary and she was absolutely incredible. So they're like grown now, which is crazy.
Wow.
Probably time goes by fast. But yeah, no, I loved it because we're seeing a lot of the same stuff to start and end Raw. When we
Yeah.
talked about this as well. It's the sandwich. You got what do they call them? The Vision. That's what they're called, right? That's what their faction is
Yeah,
called.
that's what. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And it's getting to the point where it's like it's kind of the same. We're seeing it to start the show to end the show, but like one thing that's never the same is Paul Heyman. Like
No.
never the same lines. It's never not good. He's never not serving when he's on that microphone. So like I just every week I'm like, how does he top himself with what he says or what he does to make me entertained? And he never fails to do it. He even made you enjoy Jey Uso coming out to the Eats, Tommy.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I got to tell you, that's why he is with those two young guys, especially Braun, because who we think is going to be a huge star years to come, and Bronson Reed, who's got big time potential also. Because for a big man, Bronson Reed could get around in that ring. That is the reason why Paul Heyman is there to teach these guys how to cut promos. Obviously, work in the ring also, but his main thing is cutting promos, and that's what gets talent over cutting promos, and that's why he's there.
Yeah, and I think it's almost like he makes them feel comfortable to do certain things that they probably wouldn't do if he wasn't involved. Like even when he cut the Tommy Dreamer like insult, even you heard Braun go, "He's not dead." Like he said it on the mic, and like it was a little thing that
Yeah.
you wouldn't see this side of Braun without Paul. And it's such a shame if we didn't catch this kind of Bron Breakker where he's funny, but he's vicious and also like hilarious at the same time. That's what Paul Heyman is bringing out of someone like Braun. And that's why we're talking about him as much as we are. And I really don't think it would have happened if Paul Heyman was not guiding him and in the picture with him. And that's what he does for people.
You're absolutely. How long did it take us? We were clamoring every week. Where's
Yep.
Bron Breakker? He'd do a backstage and say 2 words. Now he's got a personality. Now he knows how to react to stuff. And that's why, because he's with Paul Heyman. That's the reason why. And he's getting better and better. I think he's a little far more than where he is, where I think people where he should be, right? I think he's up or higher than where people think he shouldn't be that high. He's really good and he gets it really fast.
And he delivers every week. Every week it's not like he's fumbling or doing anything. And by the way, he shows up in these matches. We could go right to the main event. Like he's a beast in these matches. He shows up when he has to, and now he's funny on the microphone. He's part of this kind of faction doing all these things. What did you think of the main event? I know Roman came out. It was a lot of all the same kind of stuff, but even just wrestling wise, did you like the main event?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I mean, it is what it is. It's promoting, the Clash in Paris with these 4 guys.
Yeah,
We knew all these guys, you know, we're watching, right, as we go on before the show, and we're predicting stuff with our producer man and you talking to and, like, this we knew this was gonna happen because it only promotes to Clash in Paris. I didn't know Roman was gonna come out, but now that's gonna promote Roman and Bronson Reed. Are we gonna see Bronson Reed and Roman at Clash in Paris? Because I thought Roman was making a movie. So we'll see what happens there. I think the Roman was a total surprise for me, and
right.
it wasn't a big time entrance. He came from the other side somewhere and he hammered Bronson Reed. But it does make sense for them to have a match at Clash in Paris, or else Roman wouldn't have been there tonight.
I also have to say, I think it's so crazy, even just for me seeing Roman as over as he is, like looking back to what he just was, like
Yeah.
loved. Like he was just yeeting with Jay, and I'm like, everyone used to hate you. You came out and you were so hated, and now you're yeeting, having the time of your life, and you're getting so uber cheered. Like it's sometimes I sit back and I'm like, where we started from where we came, even with like Dom and what's going on, like you were getting booed so loudly at a time we couldn't hear you cut a promo in the ring, and now you're so cheered, and look at what he's doing for AAA and Triple Mania, like the 4 million viewers or something with him being at the show. It's incredible. We saw Mr. Iguana on Raw tonight, Tommy.
Do we have to talk about Mr. Iguana and his
I
ugly
listen, I did
gimmick?
so good. It took me 7 minutes to get into it, but I had to bring it up as quickly as possible
Well,
because
they're just playing
I
off
need
they're
I
playing
need
off of
it.
AAA, right? You knew that, and to see that I guess he was the most guy that everybody liked in the first show that we had,
Yeah,
with AAA, and now they bring him out tonight in Philadelphia, and if anybody can heel out on somebody, it's the Philadelphia crowd, as we know, because they're big time heels anyway, but
yeah.
I am not into this character or that little puppet at all. It's an ugly little thing, and iguanas are ugly, everybody.
It's
That's
not
my
even they're
line.
ugly. Like, it's not even so much they're ugly because all of God's creatures are great in their own way. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like, an iguana is so unaggressive. If you're gonna pick a reptile to be like, I'm gonna win and do all these things, like you couldn't be an alligator, you couldn't be a crocodile, you couldn't be like even a dinosaur. You're gonna pick an iguana. Iguanas have to be maybe the laziest reptile. They just sit in their like glass. Maybe that's why they're so angry because I feel like maybe they're picked last, at a gym
'Cause
class. I
'cause
don't
they're
know.
'cause they're iguanas, that's why.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not I just feel like I've seen him, that's great. I know what they're doing because I do think this is the most AAA has been talked about in a long time, what Dom's doing over there, the stuff with Natty. I mean, I loved that backstage segment where Ray kind of walked by and he's like, "I am the best," and they went back and forth in like
Yeah,
Spanish. Like,
yeah.
I loved it. I think it's awesome what Dom's doing, and it was a nice little rub. Him coming out with the Judgment Day and having the match. It was a decent match, I thought,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, I didn't think it was a bad match at all, but you know what? We're into this is the 2nd week of Raw, it was ho-hum, it was okay and everything, but you know what, Gabby? We still haven't heard from Brock.
I know
I mean, really? Can we have a pre-tape from him
something.
shooting somewhere he's in Canada, where he's in a warehouse doing something, or we have and you know what? The commentators even spoke about it. So he shows up at SummerSlam, and then it's dead silent after that. I mean, how do you do that?
Right.
When the social media popped big time for him, what's going on? And it's 3 weeks already that we haven't heard a word from
Nothing.
Brock, or we haven't had Michael Cole talk about him or anybody
Right.
else. I just don't get what their philosophy is on this whole thing.
And honestly, I almost feel like at least acknowledge it. Like you said, Michael Cole says nothing. Like you could even say, like, we've tried to get word from Brock numerous times and he's not giving back to us any word. He doesn't want to, he's not ready to say why or like whatever. Like, at least give me that. Whereas, like, you're trying and he's ignoring you because it's like that just happened, and now it's making me feel like that just happened for a cheap pop and that was it. That just happened. And then once we get Cena back in like a couple weeks, whenever it is, and it's like it's making me forget about Cena too, unfortunately, and everything that went down, because I'm kind of like, I'm ready to just move on with it at this point. Like,
Yeah.
if there's no storyline, if you're not making me buy into it, what am I waiting around every show waiting for it? Oh, because now we have the show coming up in Paris, so we're gonna have to wait until after Paris. By then, I'm staled out. It's a month later. I'm over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you know what? If he's getting paid by appearance, you know what you do? You know how you fix that? At SummerSlam, you have a backstage, you have him shoot a pre-tape that can air 1 week, it can air another week, it can air you do 3 of them in a row. That's how you keep Brock relevant, and he's at SummerSlam and you're paying him there to do it, or you pay him extra because he's a very smart businessman. So you don't have to travel into TV every week. You could shoot different looks backstage at SummerSlam and still get the point over. Right now, we have no idea what is going on with Brock at all.
Nothing. And you know who also should be addressing it? If I'm being 100% honest, I know he's a little busy. I want to see what Heyman has to say about all this. That's his guy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm like, are we going to pretend like that never happened? That never existed. And now Heyman's with Rollins, moved on completely. Is there going to be some form of something happening with that? Because if they're in the same place at the same time on a show and that's not spoken about, even looked at or referred to, I'm going to feel like I was, kind of jaded a little bit as a fan of everything that Heyman has done with Brock before, because that was just kind of written off and as a thing. But Brock's going to be Brock. He's not going to be with Heyman again because Heyman's
No.
a little busy.
Nope.
So I wonder if that's what it is. Maybe they're trying to figure out what to do with him because they don't know what to do. But that's also why you need to plan these things in advance so that you do know. And from what you kind of tell me is you feel like that's not really what's happening behind the scenes.
No, I got to tell you, man, if I'm Heyman, I'm coming out on that Monday Night Raw and said, "Who invited this guy back?"
Right.
There you go. Now
Right.
you get the talk coming of what's going on with Brock and cut something with Brock and he can retort that or whatever the case may be. For it to be total silence is just incredible. Not even Cena's talking about it. Even
Right.
when he's back, he don't say anything at all. I don't hear Cole. I don't hear SmackDown commentators saying anything. It's just silence, and that is just ridiculous. So we're gonna wait another month. So they're gonna have that pay-per-view going against AEW. Is it gonna be Brock Cena then to
Right.
up AEW, and then we have no storyline at all?
But
I
uh,
just
but
don't
but
get
then
it.
what's it gonna be? Just an announcement of it, and they're gonna
Yeah,
just hope people care? I have no reason to care. I'm not someone who was there for the Brock Cena history. I don't even know it, to be quite honest with you. And that's me being real with you. I need a video package of why it means something. I need to know why this should be Cena's final feud, if this is what it's gonna be. I don't have any emotional investment in this whatsoever because I'm a newer fan when it comes to their history. You know how many people can probably say that same thing? Not everybody's a diehard. Not everybody knows why this is so important for Cena or why this feud makes sense. I don't know why it makes sense, and you're not telling me why. Why am I going to want to buy tickets to that show? Why am I going to want to pay on all these streaming devices to watch that? And, I feel like it's kind of screwed up for Cena at this point, too. This is Brock, who has a lot of controversy. A lot of people don't like him. And that's why people are just like, okay, dot 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 question marks, what are we doing here? There needs to match up at some point for me to care. I don't care, Tommy. It's
The
not
only
good.
thing the only thing I can think of, if he shows up in Paris and screws Cena against Logan Paul. That's the only thing I can think of. We're not gonna hear from him, not gonna hear from him, and then on August 34th, Clash in Paris, when it's gonna be Cena and Logan Paul, you might see Brock come out then. And now you have a little bit of a storyline going from August to that September pay-per-view. I think it's September 20th that AEW is having
Yeah,
something and WWE is, where
yeah.
you have something you could build off of. That's the only thing I can think of right now.
I, I don't know. I think it's a huge miss.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's creative or if it's Brock himself because I don't know which one is more difficult or not. Thinking that he needs to be heard and seen from at this point. Maybe the backlash made them a little bit with their tail between their legs, but I don't see WWE being that way because I don't think they really give a shit, to be quite honest.
No, they don't.
With
Well,
everything. They don't care. They wouldn't have done it if they really did care. But like you're right. Like even Cena's walking around doing all this stuff. He's got his new shows coming out. He's doing all these fun things, but like you're not gonna. You just had one of the craziest things happen to you at SummerSlam. You were so emotional passing the torch to Cody. Not even to talk about that either.
yep,
Like it's a ruined. It's sad because I would have been fine with it leaving that way without Brock even coming out. And that was even tainted because now it's just nothing after. It's just
nope,
crickets from
nope.
everything. And I think it's really not fair to Cody, Cena, and just the fan base in general. So Listen, I hope they do something, and it should be on Netflix. It shouldn't be on SmackDown. So
Nope.
I don't. I'll wait another week. We'll
Oh,
see what
it has
happens.
to be on Netflix.
Yes,
They're
but
not putting that on cable TV. It's gonna be on Netflix, so they want subscribers and stuff like that. Look, WWE doesn't do things just to do things. They didn't bring him out to pop Cena and pop the crowd just for
right,
SummerSlam. This
right,
guy is signed, sealed, and delivered. He probably has a 3-year deal or a 2-year deal or whatever. They ain't bringing him out for the big old cheap pop, and you're never gonna see him anymore. They're very calculated. They're good at what they do. So we're looking forward to see what happens. For not hear from him is just I think it's a
I
big
agree.
ball drop.
I agree. And like you're saying, it didn't have to be him coming out, cutting a promo and explanation. Just seeing him, a tweet,
Yeah.
something, a social media, anything. He doesn't even have to be. I don't even care if he's there. I really don't even want to see his mug. I don't care. But
Yep.
a tweet, something, acknowledgement on the commentary, anything to be like, okay, that actually happened, and we're going to talk about the fact that it happened, and here's why you should buy into everything that we're selling you, because they're not doing that, and the more time that goes by, the less people are going to care. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in Paris,
Yep.
because and hopefully the Paris crowd is good. You know what I mean? I and they love the right people and they hate the right people,
Well, they
because who
love to
knows?
sing. They love to sing, that's for
They
sure.
do. They started the chants are coming over here that they started.
That's
I
right.
like that chant though.
Yeah.
That I kind of like it. It's catchy.
Yeah, it
Uh,
is.
Speaking of things that I did like, so let's go to a positive. The Bayley stuff we talked about. I love the promos. Someone that doesn't have to be there and it's doing promos. Bayley, I think the promos are great. I like that it's kind of having her crack a little bit when she comes into it and the fading of that. I know Bayley's had a tough at it this year. I think she's had a tough little bit of run, but how are you feeling about the way that they're kind of what they're doing with Bayley on this road?
Here's the great part of WWE and TV production, because I was there for all those years.
Mm,
Nobody cuts better vignettes than WWE. I know a lot of talented producers there that are putting that stuff together, especially the guys in audio there.
yeah,
Man, they're the ones that's putting all those sound in and the crazy stuff, but the video edits, the way they're making her look, the echoing, all that. Nobody does that better than WWE. But you know what the problem is? It has to pay off with Bayley. You can show all those great vignettes or not, and they're all great. Believe me, they're phenomenal. Now you can't wait to see Bayley. But if it doesn't pay off in the ring, then we have a big problem,
right.
because she needs to go on some sort of winning streak after these vignettes to make her crazy, or whatever the character is going to be. As you see, they're making her go like split personality a
Yeah.
little bit like that. So I kind of like that. It's something new for Bayley. I want to see it pay off, though. It has to pay off, Gabby.
Yeah. I mean, I like what they're doing when it comes to the videos, because they are showing flashbacks that's matching the narrative. So it's like, remember when you did Ding Dong Hello, you were a double champion. And remember, you don't need any friends. So you saw them turning on her. You saw her doing those things. Like, you should be back to that, but do it yourself now. Don't be doing it with people around you. So it makes sense, because then you're like, it's even things like you forget happen. I'm like, oh yeah, she got screwed over by that person. And oh yeah, so she does kind of have reason to be angry. So now when she comes back as this heel version that we think we've seen before, it's so much more advanced, because now she has nothing to lose. She doesn't have anything. And I said this I posted a video last week and I said, a woman with nothing to lose who's angry, there's probably nothing scarier in
That's
this
right.
world, Tommy.
That's right.
and and she's got nobody to have her back. She doesn't want to have anybody's back. She's got no friends, and she wants to win for herself, and it's her time. So if she comes back with that attitude and they make her just a killer, I think that the sky's the limit, and I think the fans are really going to get so behind it that the creative can't just be burying her every week like they've been doing, because I hate seeing this for her, because she's so talented and she's so beloved there. Like, I need her to do another run. I would love for another run for Billy, but it's got to be different than what we've seen. So
The
can't drop the
run the
ball.
run has to be with Becky too. I think
I
if you
agree.
make the run come back and you make her beat Becky to win the IC championship, that'll put her over big time. That puts her on the pedestal, getting having a championship. She's beating one of the best in the business in Becky, and that really helps. It really helps her big time, and that's what I want to see happen to her. And by the way, let's give it to Coach. He's the one that said he gave her the personality, right?
Oh my God, you had to say it, Tommy. We were doing so 20 minutes in, didn't even mention his name once when it came to the Bailey stuff. Right now. Oh man, I'm so disappointed in you,
I'm
Tommy. We were
sorry.
having such a good time.
It's a big ball drop.
What?
And I want you to start this natty
I
and
know.
go with this, and I'll
Okay.
chime in.
Because Tommy, I even tweeted tonight. I was like, I watched her beat the crap out of that girl in the ring at AAA, and I was like, holy shit, low key legend is her gimmick. She's badass. She's coming for blood, and I'm like, please, please have Natty show up tonight. I'm begging you, give me this version. So I'm like, you know what they're gonna do, Coach? Tommy, you got me to say, Coach. You know what they're gonna do, Tommy? They're gonna have her come out as Natalya, sweet. She's happy. She's there for the crowd. Maxine, Alpha Academy, she's great. And Becky's gonna just talk shit, hit her, injure her, and she's gonna snap. She's gonna snap into Natty and be like, "What am I doing? I'm Natty. I'm a badass bitch." And she's going to attack Becky. And honestly, if she would have won, I think that place would have went insane. Why not?
Yes.
Why not put that on her? This is Natalya. She's been around forever. I can't remember in my fandom watching her have a run where I'm like, that's deserved. And she's kicking ass, and that's what she's doing. She's selling this natty low key legend everywhere, and people are loving it.
Yep.
Why? On the
Yep.
biggest platform on Netflix that she's on in this company, they can't do that for her. That she has to come out as Natalya and be sweet and get her ass beat and saved by Nikki Bella, who, by the way, I love Nikki Bella, but you give me Nikki Bella and Natalya or Natty in a ring together, I'm putting money on Natty in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely right. Here's the
Oh,
thing, when I saw her come out with the babyface look and the great outfit and everything, and as
I
I'm
know.
watching it, I said to my daughter, "She's gonna turn heel. She's gonna turn into
Yes.
Natty tonight. She's
Yes.
gonna turn into that." She was too baby face. She's happy. She's talking to them and everything like that. You know what I would have did? She gets in the ring. Soon as Becky comes in with the white fur, it's 90 degrees out. She's wearing a white fur,
Yeah.
whatever. I would have attacked her when she held the belt up and just beat the hell out of her.
Right.
And then Dupree jumps in, beat the hell out of
Yep.
Dupree. The other guy jumps in, elbow him out of the ring. This, and then grab the mic. No more Miss Not Nice Guy anymore. This is Natty, and this is what you're going to see. And stomp Becky and walk out of the ring. You
Yeah.
want to talk about heat? You want to talk about getting over? You just turned on everybody in that ring. And if the ref comes on you, boom, hit him too, and you walk out. And then the next week you come back on, you come with your hair braided, how
Yep.
she had it, the tough look, black tape. I'm not fooling around anymore. Who wants me?
Yep.
That's how you do it. That crowd
1000%.
would have shit. They would have shit their pants seeing her turn because she came in really happy and glowy.
Yes.
Thank you, I love you, blah blah blah. You get her when Becky's holding that title up with the outfit on. Boom, you hit her from behind and you just don't give her a shot. So this way she gets over on Becky. Dupree comes in to stop her. She comes around, hits her,
Yep.
hits Zawa, hits that. The ref comes in, hit him. She drops, takes the mic. This is the new me, Natty, right here. Get used to it. Drop it on Becky and walk out.
It's so good. It's
How
so good. And even Becky was tweeting like, "I want to see Natty tonight." So I was like, "We're gonna get it." Becky's even buying into it, and she was tweeting all over her social media like, she hasn't seen Natty yet, like blah blah blah. So I had a shred of hope that when she came out, she was just gonna turn on everyone and go nuts. When she was like had the injury and she took her thing off, I was like, "It's gonna get there. She's getting there. She's getting there. She's getting so close." And then it was nothing. And listen, I love seeing Nikki Bella. I was into the feud because of the liner that she hit Nikki with, blah, blah, blah. But like, it was such a letdown because that's what I think everybody was kind of hoping would happen. And it made the save by Nikki almost just be like, oh, okay. Yeah, like, okay, like Hallmarky almost like,
yeah.
great. Like, I want to see Natty kill some people. And you know what I think about? Because I'm a sicko and I'm a journalism major. You know what Natty rhymes with? Daddy. I want all the merch to be Natty's home. I want her to just gonna Natty's home. I'm your Natty now. You might be the man, but I'm your Natty. Like make it something about being like daddy, and she's
Yep.
like Natty's home, and like you're all screwed, and now you're all fucked, and I'm taking over in the back because she should be the one going through this psychosis, trying to find herself because.
Yep.
She's been just getting disrespected, buried all the time. When's the last time she had a championship run? This is Natalya.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? How much time does she really have left? Unfortunately, that's just the way of the world. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what a missed opportunity.
That happens tonight. That's the talk of Raw.
Yep.
I'm not talking about the main event because you could figure out the main event that there was going to be, as we call them, a big schmaz at the end, and all the guys going at it at Clash in Paris, and blah 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 blah, and Roman coming out. I never expected that, but the talk of Raw would have been, what the hell happened to Natty? There
Right.
you go. It's right now. It's on social media. They're
Yep.
talking about it. Then the next week you do something else with her. It's just a big ball trap. If me and you just thought about this just now, why isn't creative thinking about it? And why isn't Natty talking about it to creative?
Right. I don't think it's Natty. I think Natty would love to have it happen. I think she's trying in every way to make it happen, whether it's social media, whether it's her going viral, doing it in other places. I don't understand what they're waiting to pull the trigger on. Like, do they just not care? They don't want to do it? Are they too into the Nikki Bella storyline that they have to turn back? Like, I don't understand it. They placed it perfectly out on like literally a silver platter to happen. So I just don't understand. And I don't think it would really work in another scenario now, because if it does, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, that should have happened then. You know what I mean? Like,
This was the moment. You're
yes.
going against Becky. This should be the moment where you turn into this new persona. You just buried one of the best women in
Yep.
the WWE. She has a title, and that's where it should have happened. And by the way, Nikki Bella with the Eagles shirt on just for a cheap pop. And are we really expected to think that Nikki Bella has a shot against Becky if she just lost to Natalya, just lost, who's 10 times the wrestler Nikki Bella could ever be? Really?
It,
I just don't get it, what they're doing and how they're doing it, making her come out with the Eagles shirt for the cheap pop. We're in
well, she's an
Philadelphia.
actual Eagles fan. She's a big Eagles fan.
I get that, but it's just a big cheap
I
pop
know.
for her because they really didn't pop that hard for her. But are we
No.
expected to believe that in a match, Nikki's gonna beat her? Come
Right.
on.
This is unfortunately what I hate to realize when it comes to WWE and being on these platforms and things with Netflix is like, Nikki Bella is a household name. Nikki Bella was just at, she was on Good Morning America. She was in Happy Gilmore too. She was just at the Eagles practice today. You know what I mean? She is someone that they want in a main title picture on Netflix if she's available on these things. That's not how they see Natalya right now. And that's not who they're seeing. Who would you pick if you're a business mind and you're not a wrestling fan? That's who you're going to go with to be in a title picture on a headline to sell something. And that's the unfortunate truth about it. And I hate it because I'm a fan and I watch it. And I'm like, I want to see Natty break someone in half and blood and kick somebody's ass. And I think most people would. But when it comes to a business side of things, sometimes, and this is what happens with bigger streaming networks, with the ESPN. I talked to Coach about this on my show. You're getting all these new things now. It's going to change the product.
Yep, it certainly does. And let's face it, with Natty turning this way, if she does do this turn some way, somehow, man, she could go into history that she was in the heart dungeon. This is where she learned how to be this aggressive and be ruthless. I mean, there's a million things you could
Yeah.
do with this. I mean, I was with Bret Hart, Owen Hart. I was, with the old man in the dungeon is sweating and everything. Like, that's how you turn her and make it believable.
Right.
But, and I get the whole Nikki social media thing and everything like
Right.
that. I'm kind of over it, but I get where WWE wants to come from with
Right.
social media and be relevant and big stars and all that. So I get all that.
Listen, I would have even bought into Nikki saves her and then Natalya turns and beats the shit out of Nikki and is like, I don't even care if you're here. I hate you too. I don't need to be saved by you. And then just have Natty feud with somebody else's Natty. I don't even need her to have a title to be Natty. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I'm so into it because there's nobody like that on the roster. They've tried it with like MMA girls before. They've tried it with this kind of thing, but you have a grizzled, angry veteran who's never gotten respect and is this low-key legend. Like, even the name, it's so good. And I just love Natty so much, just even as a fan. I don't even know her. Even just as a fan, I like her and respect her so much. And I just want more for her watching. Every time I see her on my screen, I'm like, she deserves way more. And I know you don't like that word deserve. Coach doesn't either, but
No, but let's face it, man. I mean, I knew her backstage. She's a very nice person. She
yeah.
could out wrestle half the girls
Yep.
on the roster. More than half the girls on the roster. She can out wrestle them.
Yep.
And that's a shoot. That's the truth too.
Yep.
But they just they bury her a little. She's been buried for a while, guys.
I know.
It's just amazing how tonight was a big night. Could have been a big night for Natty and WWE. Now we have something to look forward to. We know about Clash in the main
Yep.
event, and all that other stuff going on. And to elevate the women's division just a little more for this old timer who's been there for a long time, to elevate her, it's a win-win in
Yep.
my eyes.
And it's
So,
something different. Do
yeah.
something different. Because now, and obviously we're going to get into this. It's one of the biggest stories from tonight. Naomi is relinquishing her title. Congratulations, she's pregnant. What does that mean for the title? You know what I'm saying? It's all the same. I can't even name you someone that I'm thinking about to be like, oh, okay, that's going to make sense for it to be her, because is it just going to be Io and Rhea fighting for the title again that we see every week? You need different character evolvements and changes in the women's division, because it's becoming very stale every week, and we need people to be able to grow.
Has to be a tournament, right? I mean, this screams tournament.
Yeah.
It screams the same old people. Bianca, I don't know how long she's out or whatever.
Right.
Rhea, personally, I would love to see Rhea get the title. She
Yeah.
needs it. But I mean, I think WWE needs to give it to her. I'd love to see her have it. She's still popular even without the title, but
The
the
pop
fans,
she gets are insane. Every
yeah,
time she's on screen, it's bigger
yeah.
than it's louder than anybody else.
How are we not seeing this? How are we not seeing Rhea not being a champ? I don't get it.
It's
I don't get
crazy.
it at all.
It's
So,
crazy. And listen, I don't even think she needs to be champion, but to not be in the picture on the screen in a match every single week is madness to me.
yeah.
I just like every time she comes on, she is the loudest pop out of anybody the entire night. Even if she's just, "Hi Jackie, how are you?" Bam, the crowd goes insane for her. So it's like you got to keep her in the mix doing something. So it would definitely make sense to put her back with the title. But then what are you going to do with all these girls? You need to make some new stars, because that's what we're here for. You're bringing up all these girls. I like what they're doing with Roxanne. I like what they're doing with Julia. I like these little things, but this is now the time. You have the opportunity to do it. And it's not for a bad reason. Naomi's not injured. She's not hurt where it's sad. Congratulations. She's having a baby. It's a beautiful thing. But let's open up the doors now to make some things interesting and to change some shit up backstage. I'm ready for a shakeup a little bit.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
The Naomi pregnancy
Yes.
thing,
Yes.
okay? Did they put that on the Stephanie podcast and announce on air just to promote Stephanie's podcast? Because that's what it seemed like to me. That was just the craziest thing I seen. She comes in the ring, she throws to the Tron, and then we hear from Big Jimmy there instead of hearing it live from Naomi. So was that to promote the podcast?
Tommy, not only is that what they did, but where I was the most upset was they were doing like the preview of what was to come on the show. And they said, oh, you got to tune into Stephanie's new podcast this week. She's got some, special guests coming on. And then they cut a trailer where Stephanie takes 30 seconds to intro Naomi and Jimmy, where in that intro, because she's Stephanie McMahon, she's not a podcast host who's someone who's trained in media. She basically gives the news without saying the news, because she's like, I had some unexpected guests, but special, because they have some surprising special news that they want to share on this show with blah, blah, blah. So then they go to finally 30 seconds later now, Naomi's like, yeah, Big Jim, tell them the announcement. Then they stop it. Then they go, and we're going to hear from Naomi in the ring next. So then we go to commercial. Now Naomi's in the ring already crying, so we know what's coming. But she's like, everyone just pay attention to the Tron. And then they show it from them being on Stephanie's
She's a
podcast
baby
announcing
face.
it.
She's a baby face there. She's not even in character there.
She's not even
And
in
then he comes back,
character.
and then she becomes this nut again.
Oh, and listen, I have so many ways I wish that they went about her announcement in my head that I think could have went way better, been more impactful than it was. And Rostafa said something. Hold on, I got to read the.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, $5. That's nice.
I know. Rostafa's my guy. He said, do
Yeah.
my eyes and ears deceive me? No Jonathan Coachman. Gaby, quick, change the passwords. Lock him out. It's your show from now on. The Gaby AF show. Well, it's the Gaby and Tommy AF show right now, because I couldn't do it without Tommy tonight. But it's true. I do. If you guys like the vibes better, just saying, maybe Coach will hear from somewhere back there. We're thinking about it. Producer man's like, maybe I'll change the passwords now, because he did tell me I'm easier to deal with. So, he might have. I don't know. I don't want to get him in trouble. But I think her already you knew it was coming, but like I feel like she didn't even get to tell it in like a
You're
weird way.
live in the ring. You're live.
Yes.
I want the crowd reaction.
Right.
I
And
want
like
the crowd reaction, not the after I'm watching a pre-tape on the Tron that Big Jim gives it away. Like,
I
don't get
loved
it.
everything that happened after the Tron. Like everything Naomi did after that was fucking awesome. Her saying like her F you, Adam. You know what I'm saying? Like I've relinquished it before. Get off my stage. Like don't come back. My hormones are dancing like a disco and you can leave. Everything about that was amazing. She's like, I'm coming back for you heifers. Like that's the Naomi I love. I think she could have done that for the entire segment, and it was her segment and her story to tell. I get it. It was business. It was all about Stephanie's podcast. But I am going to miss Naomi because this is the best she's ever been.
Yeah.
This is the highest I've been on her ever, even though I absolutely love her. And it takes a lot to step away when you're at the height of your career, the height of your success, for family, which is the number one thing. Because at the end of the day, this is your job and family is forever and family is your life. So I'm very, very happy for them. I know that they spoke a little bit about their journey as well of like trying to get pregnant for a while. So listen, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I loved it and everything she did after. I just think the segment wasn't hers almost at the beginning, and that's a shame because she could have done a lot with it.
Yeah, and she's gonna be gone for about a year, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Easy year, 9 months, probably 6 months after that, and let's face it, you're gone 2 weeks and you're not on TV, you're forgotten about, so
Right.
it's gonna be a tough road for her to get back to where she is right now, if she ever will, because you don't know who the next big star could be coming up. Am I right or wrong?
Right. And you know what it almost reminded me of too? Do you remember when everyone talks about that iconic moment when Becky got pregnant and handed the title to Asuka in the ring and said, "You go be a champion while I'm going to go be a mother." And nobody fucking knew it was coming. Nobody knew. And even Asuka didn't know. So it was a real reaction on Asuka's face because she was like, "A mother?" Like, and it was, I remember watching that and being like, wow, what an amazing moment for Becky. What an amazing moment, because you could tell how emotional it was. It was so raw and it was so real. And listen, I'm sure to Naomi, it's still a beautiful moment and it's still awesome. She was still emotional, but like that could have been a cool way for her to have done it. And it was more business than it was, I feel like, anything else. So listen, maybe she's very close with Stephanie. So it meant a lot for her to do it as well. I couldn't tell you, but yeah, it was a lot about the podcast. But and listen, you say maybe a year, you never know what can happen. Women giving birth, anything can happen where there can be complications. It can be hard for you to come back afterwards. Like, you never know when is going to be the last time you step in that ring and when things are going to take you out for longer than you're expected to be out for. So it's nerve-wracking, but every girl on that roster and every person backstage should be like, this is my opportunity. This is my chance. I'm going to knock down that door, because I hate it for her too, because I'm like, I loved what she was doing so much. I loved the run that I almost hate that you got to go. I know you got to go for good reasons, but I don't want to see it.
Oh, we got a super sticker there.
Another one. What's up, Gaby? I enjoy the show. As cool as Coach is, Gaby is clearly the better host. Vamos. Tommy, you're cool too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Geo guy. Geo guy's little image, by the way, looks like a guy I would date. Look, do you see the jacked up shirtless man? Can you see that?
Yeah, look at him.
But of course, he's a cartoon and he's not real, because that's the story of my life. most guys in my head aren't real. You know what I mean, Tommy? They're never really there. Unlike Bayley, where I go a little bit crazy too, but I'm not famous, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, what would you have graded Raw tonight on a scale of 1 to 5? I'm going to do 1 to 5.
Wow. God.
It's a simple question, by the way, and it's a hard
2.5. I mean, nothing.
Wow. Okay, 2.5.
The end is predictable. Man, if it was Natty tonight, it would have been a 5.
I agree.
And I never lay on stuff like that. But when you have an opportunity to do something with a character and change them a complete 180 and you don't do it, and then you blow the opportunity about the pregnancy announcement, I got to give it a 2.5, man. I'm
Wow.
telling you, I rather have Naomi say it in the ring than go into a pre-tape that they shot, with Stephanie on her podcast, and that's all it's doing is promoting the podcast. I'm not going to lay any more into that. It's
I almost wish if they were going to do it on the podcast too, just play the tape. Don't even have her say, go to the Tron. Play the tape and then have her, maybe have her walk out right after the answer. Like something where it's like, holy shit, just get right to it. Like, don't make it such a staged, here's the show and here's another clip of the show and like whatever. Like, if that's how you want to do it, so you watch the whole podcast, I get it. It's Stephanie
Yep.
McMahon, go to the podcast. But why don't we have the lights turn off, hit like black, hit the Tron? You know what I'm saying? Then have the announcement come out. So it really is like, oh, okay, like I didn't see this coming, like whatever. And then you turn the lights on and Naomi's standing with the mic in the middle of the ring.
It's just
Why
ridiculous.
not? Why
I
not do
know.
it like that? So it's like
I
a
know.
little bit like you didn't see it coming, but also now you see Naomi in the middle of the ring and you're crying, like emotional because she's emotional.
Soon as you heard Stephanie say unexpected, I'm like,
I
okay.
know. Well, because I think she had them on already. So she brought them back on again or something, I think. So that's why. And then it's like, okay, well, now we know. You know what I mean? Big Jim's the biggest heel, by the way, because he did this.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really what it was. I would have popped huge if Jim came out with Jimmy, just for people to be like chanting for him. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's funny. His brother's out there and his cousin's out there, and he's sitting backstage with his pregnant wife. Like, I think that stuff's kind of funny, but
Uh-oh, we
you
got
know.
a guy again there.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Gio's my best friend now. Here we go. No joke. I'm working out right now. Forget music. I'd rather listen to Behind the Turnbuckle Studios. Wow. While he's working out, I have been told I get people very angry and like into stuff. So like, I think I'm a good voice to work out to, Tommy.
Go right ahead.
You're the soothing voice. I'm the angry.
Yes.
Ooh, we got more. By the way, is this the most money we've ever gotten in super stickers without Coach here? Because we're gonna producer man put it down. Guess I gotta start hitting the gym, Gabby, and get them gains. Wink, wink. Just kidding. Keep crushing it. FYI, not all meatheads are that smart. Keep your options open.
We got heat between two fans here.
Oh, men fighting over me with super stickers for
Wow.
$5. I'll take it. We could drive this shit up. Someone else to throw in there for $5. Let's go. I want to hit $20 tonight in super stickers.
You can go to Starbucks.
Coach is never coming back. That's basically what's happening. What are you most excited for? We'll leave with our leaving thoughts because we're almost done with the show. For Clash in Paris, what are you looking forward to most?
I would like to see this fatal four-way maybe, and it's not going to happen. I like to shock people. I
Yeah.
would like to see the title drop and LA Knight get it because he's so far from the guy who you think would get the title. That would shock the world a little bit if Seth lost in Paris with his boys around him and LA Knight becomes the champ. Now, maybe down the line somewhere in a week or two that he gets it back, but for shock value, I would love to see
Yeah.
that. It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna
They're
happen.
going to continue to build the vision with the Oracle or Orpheus or whatever he's called. He's still great mind. He's got a great mind. So it's not going to happen. They're going to build it up, and it's going to be the same schmaz at the end. It's just nobody wants to take a chance on anything.
By the way, Nonsense McGee for $10. I win. Sorry, already taken. Just thought this would be funny. This is the most we've ever earned in super stickers on the last word. I'm just letting everyone know. Written down in history.
Does Dirt Sheet Dan have anything to bring us?
Oh yeah, Dirt Sheet Dan. What's up? Oh,
Hello?
it took a minute. Hold on, everyone wait. He's got to make the entrance. Dirt Sheet Dan's a big star now. Here we go.
So I guess she said on the podcast she's actually 7 weeks.
Wow. 7 weeks. So she was at WrestleMania.
She was pregnant at WrestleMania.
Wow.
They probably didn't want to announce it. One of those things where you want to wait.
Or did she know she was pregnant at WrestleMania?
That's the big.
You never know.
Yeah.
Like, it depends when you find out. As like a woman, if you don't have I don't know. I've never taken a pregnancy test because I've never been pregnant. So I don't really know how but maybe that's also why it was so meaningful to her. And her dad did the guitar. Like, that's pretty awesome. If she did know and she knew that was like her big show.
Also, Becky had a great reaction to it too.
What'd she
To
say?
Naomi being pregnant. She's like, how irresponsible for the champion to get pregnant.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, coming from her.
That's hilarious.
Took a year and a half off. 2
Yeah,
years, or whatever,
that's
having a kid.
that's
I love
actually
it.
awesome.
That's a heel move, big time.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, Dirty, what are you looking forward to at Clash?
Probably the Fatal 4-Way. I'm ready to see how this good match. They're really good at like four-way matches, like building spots. So
Four ways.
Does the title change hands?
Yeah.
no,
It
Yeah.
can't change hands, Tommy.
Yeah,
It's
know.
too soon.
I know.
Steph's gonna hold that thing till Mania.
You think till Mania? I don't know about that.
Maybe Survivor.
I don't know. Yeah, Survivor for sure, but I don't know about Mania. That's a long time. Mania.
You know, I was coming back from Mohegan Sun Saturday morning. I was coming back. I was up there Friday night, and I was listening to Bully Ray and LaGreca. No, it was Friday. I'm sorry, it was Friday, and he was saying, or Dave LaGreca was saying that that Survivor's already sold over 25,000 tickets, and there's not even a card yet.
Wow,
I know they're in the Padres Stadium, so
that's crazy.
and they were thinking they were thinking they wanted Cena Rock there, which would
If
be
they do Cena Rock there,
that's iconic, dude. A third time.
oh my god, that's like Brock. Who I don't care. I like at that point I don't even care. I need to see Brock again if they're going to give me that. You know what I mean? Like who cares?
We could talk about that in the weeks to come. So
I would love, and you know, Coach said something. Oh, I know. Brought him up again. I have to put a quarter in the jar, but he's like a curse word. He's the curse jar. We're gonna put coins in it. He said something that he thinks that he was talking to Nick Nemeth. I don't know if you saw this, and he pitched like Rock, Cena having a bunch of different guys come in the ring, like through history that he's faced off of for like a roulette of people, like in his last run, like his last matches, like you have a bunch of new guys come in and then like this guy he feuded with comes in, but then, you know, each person kind of comes up to, and he does like a match with them. And like, then this guy's music hits and he comes in like 7 people or something, 6 or 7 guys that have played a part kind of in his history, and the music almost like a Royal Rumble kind of coming out for him. And it's more meaningful and it's more like good feels as opposed to like a massive match for him, which could also happen. But I loved the idea because that's something for me as a fan. It's like a fun way to think about it. And it's a happy way to go out as opposed to like crying that he's done.
I love that. And I love, man, if he could do it, I would love to see Kurt Angle be in that because that's how he started in the business with Kurt Angle. That would blow the house out.
But then the last guy is The Rock.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Last
lights go
one.
out, final boss comes up.
Because I don't know if The Rock can do a full match like Cena could do right now. I really don't know.
How many months it took him to work out for WrestleMania?
That's what I'm saying. And this means you'll get him involved, you'll get him in it without it being the drama of how long is the match going to go? Is he going to be gassed? Does he have to do this? Like, and it makes it emotional and mean something. And it's never been done before or anything like that.
It's a great idea. And you're absolutely right because Rock's not going to embarrass himself in the ring.
No. He's done that enough in his movies. Anyway, let's move on. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Some were good. Well, that new one with Martin Scorsese is probably going to be awesome, so I can't even talk shit, you know what I mean? But did you see, before we wrap, did you see that they named Batista the #1 wrestler turned actor, and The Rock was second and Cena was third?
Batista's a hell of an actor, man.
I actually agree. I think Batista's great.
He does great movies, too.
Yes.
There's no bullcrap movies.
Mustafa, another $5.
All right.
No. Gaby equals ratings. Coach equals jobber. Dirt sheet at this point, you and Tommy are more over than Coach's entire ESPN run.
Oh, I don't know about that. But
he just popped hard, by the way. Dirt sheet just popped so hard off screen. He wants Danhausen to curse Coach. I don't know if that's going to happen, but wow. I equal ratings. He called Coach a jobber. I was taught that word's not really allowed to be used anymore.
It was used back when I worked there, but no more. You couldn't say that at all, even in conversation or anything.
Hope
Everybody
Coach-
works hard in that ring, man, and I've been
Yeah.
around it for years. I was ringside. These boys work their ass off, and
Yeah.
nobody should be called jobber, because if you can't do it, you shouldn't say it.
Right. Well, and that's who's calling them jobbers. You know what I mean? Are the people at home that don't know what they're talking. Most of the negativity on social media is from people that have no idea, how to even couldn't even get into the ring without hurting themselves. Let's be for real. You know what I'm saying? But
That's right.
all right. Oh, we got to do some announcements before I go. Coach and Bro, Coach, is available on demand on the YouTube page. Plus, listen to this. Coach and Bro is going to be live at 11 a.m. on Stadium. And guess who they got? I don't know who this person is, but you popped huge. Bubba the Love Sponge is going to be on with them.
Well, he was very tight with Hulk Hogan, and he came out with a lot of true facts before Hulk passed away. So that'll be an interesting interview.
That's on Thursday, live at 11 a.m.
Wow.
I wonder if he is a sponge full of love. Like, what is that? Is that what that is?
Yeah, he's a big one.
I wonder if you squeeze him if the love comes out. Oh, we got another one. Geo guy, the jacked up gym guy. Gaby and Tommy make the stream fun. Unlike Coach, it's as simple as that. When Gaby's on, you get a fun show. I don't know what's going on, but
Wow.
the super stickers are really hyping me up tonight, and I will take it. Coach is going to be upset. Do we think he's going to be upset?
Oh, he's pissed.
And guess what else I'm going to do? I'm going to drink my fucking water while the show's on because I'm thirsty. And I had to fill in for Coach and host tonight, and my mouth is dry because I'm thirsty. So I'm going to drink water when I'm hosting the show. I can do that. And Tommy, did you have a problem with it?
Not at all.
Thank you, sir, because you're a normal human being. Wherever you are, Coach, I hope you're having a great night. And if you're listening, thanks for being a fan of the show.
This was great tonight. I loved it.
Tommy, I love you. You're the best. I love chatting with you. To everybody who has listened, give comments, super stickers. You guys are awesome. And enjoy the week. Be safe. And we will see you for the last word next Monday night, guys. See you later.